Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to see you all. I hope you enjoyed your lunch break and you're, full of energy to start a new subject. I'm very happy to be here on this stage today and take a moment of your time to talk about a subject that is very close to me personally and is very close to BigPicture as well. BigPicture is a project and portfolio management software that allows you to track and plan and optimize the work of your teams. And my name is Marta. I'm a product owner. Sorry, I'm struggling with the microphone. I'm a product owner at BigPicture, and today I'll talk to you about the subject of agile inclusion at scale and how BigPicture can help doing that. So to begin with, I want you to imagine a rather large enterprise, like a big company, that is trying to transform the way they work into, including more agile. And I will give you two examples of how this kind of situation might happen. First one is quite probably common, acquisition. Let's say there is one company working fully in Agile, and then there is different company working in a waterfall. So after the acquisition, what happens? Those two companies have to somehow start working together and understand each other. The teams have to collaborate. Another example can be simply a company that grows very fast. So, there are those teams popping up very fast. There are new departments being created. And essentially what happens is that they never have time to fully align the way they work and fully understand each other. So those large companies like this, quite often it happens that they try to somehow standardize the way they work. So what do? They organize trainings and they hire certificated coaches, and they spend a lot of time and effort to, get everybody on board. And as Agile is becoming more and more common, which makes sense, they try to also include Agile in the way they work. But when you look at this path, you might ask yourself that isn't it a little bit of a simplified path that, there's a company coming from full Agile or somewhere in the middle, being a hybrid company and being on a path of becoming fully Agile company? So you might ask yourself a simple question. Is it really how it looks? Is it really how it works that every company has this one destination, one same goal as everybody else? So how we think about it in BigPicture is that it's definitely a journey, it's definitely a process. However, the destination will be different for every company. So you might think about it as unhealthy lifestyle. Let's say you eat a burger every single day. Not that I have anything against burgers, I love them, but eating it every day is rather an unhealthy lifestyle. And you come up with a decision, you want to change something. Awesome. So probably, I bet, you will not start eating salad every single day, because you will try it for 2 days and then you will give up, which might happen to some companies that try to become fully Agile. How we think about it is that every person, if you try to become more healthy, you will start slow, it will be a process, and the destination that you want to take will be different for everybody. Because I guess, depending on if you want to lose weight or you want to run marathon, you will eat different stuff, makes sense. Or let's say you want to learn a new skill, you want to learn playing a different instrument, you play guitar. It will be a process. However, the second instrument you will choose will depend on the type of music you want to play, right? So not everybody will choose piano, makes sense. Destination will be different for everybody. So let's think about those Agile companies that say they work in Agile. According to State of Agile, the respondents say, more than 90% of respondents say that their company uses Agile to some extent. And what's interesting is that more than half of the respondents say that majority of their company uses Agile. But, it sounds great. However, let's think about the details. What does it actually mean? So, as you see on the graph, Agile is very common amongst the software development teams, IT teams. This is a common story. Agile is very effective in those kind of teams. And what's interesting, Agile amongst the software development teams, this is data from 2021. The self-identification of Agile teams grew from 37% in 2020 to 86% in 2021. So it's very promising. However, look at all other departments like marketing, finances, HR. Agile is not that common. I want to flip the picture here, flip the view. Those kind of departments or teams, they usually don't use Agile. And it's not because, I guess, it's not because they are so stubborn and they say, we will never become Agile just because. It's just, it doesn't always fit 100% in the way they work or the responsibilities they have. So when you look at this path, it might turn out that for some companies, it will be actual path, but for majority of them, as the whole company, I'm not saying only software development teams, but the whole organization, this path will look different. And how we see it in big picture is rather this view. So it's a balanced approach where every company will get to the level of balance. They can move from one side to another. They can be more on the waterfall side or more on the agile side. So waterfall meaning classic approach. But there might be a company that's just somewhere in the middle. And there might be teams that work in agile that are not agile teams, and it's totally fine. And why it's so close to me, because it's so important to say it out loud, it's fine. You don't have to spend that time and effort to make everybody work the same way. You can just give them the tools to do it. So when thinking about including Agile in the way the company works and finding this balance that I'm talking about, there are several challenges. And BigPicture is a software that actually can help solving those challenges. So there are many of them. I will not talk about all of them. I will just mention two aspects. So first aspect is collaboration. So how to make those teams work efficiently and at the same time understand each other. So there's no hate. And there is just effective work of the whole organization, because for the business, essentially, this is what counts. And another aspect is data standardization and validity. So let me start with collaboration. So imagine those teams. One is working on waterfall, one is working in fully agile Scrum team, or one is somewhere in between, including agile because it helps a bit, but they still work the way they used to before. That's awesome. So what they can do in big picture. Imagine an agile team. Agile team will focus on time boxes. In a given time box, let's say a sprint, if you work in Jira, you will have a team of developers that will take as much work as in a given sprint as possible, depending on their velocity. They will know what's their capacity, basically, and they will plan tasks for that given period of time. And they will be, working from time box to time box in a way of, iterating and improving the quality and so on. That's awesome. Let's think now about waterfall teams, like teams that like working from one stage to another. They have very structured way of working. They will rather maybe be interested in using Gantt charts and building beautiful Gantt, creating a very detailed work breakdown structure, creating, knowing their scope, because that's initially what happens, that they know very well the scope of their work, they know what has to happen, and they estimate the dates of everything, or they hope to know, they try to estimate that. and they plan their work very detailed. They create those beautiful Gantt charts. They can mark on the Gantt chart each important step. They can set milestones. And what's great about it is that those important steps can be visible for Agile teams, and it works both ways. So it's essentially what BigPicture does. It allows each team to do whatever they need to do, whatever works for them, and then creates this visibility for each other that every team knows what to expect and how to collaborate together. Another very important thing is data validity and standardization. So imagine you are a portfolio manager, and in your portfolio you have several projects, and the way those projects are running is very different. Every team has different way of planning, different way of managing scope, and working in daily life. So if I imagine being this kind of person, I would like to know what's happening. I would like to be able to react and help the teams or help the projects and take the right decisions in the right time. And to do that, I need information. I need to know what's happening. So what BigPicture helps doing is to create this one board to manage all the projects and all those diverse teams in a very standardized way. So you can choose the right metric that fits to the style of work on a given team and have all this information in one place, visible, accessible, and just, handy. So I will not tell more about BigPicture, but it's just to give you a hint of what it can do. I highly invite you to visit our booth, Appfire booth. It's next to the snacks and stuff, so I encourage you to visit us. And we'll be very happy to show you the app right there, make you click through it, experience it by yourself, and see how it can fit your organization and the way you work, because that's what's actually the most important for us. And another great thing is that tomorrow there's a workshop run by my colleague Łukasz Romaniuk. He's a great consultant that can help you set up a hybrid portfolio for projects. In BigPicture, you can get your hands on the tool and see how we can make it work for you. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the event.